now we're on to the circulatory system. So the function of the circulatory system, there's a few things. So first, it is carrying oxygen to cells and carbon dioxide away from cells. Okay, so oxygen is something that all of our cells need, and carbon dioxide is a waste product that our cells produce, and we want to rid the body of carbon dioxide. Okay, secondly, it contains cells that fight disease within our blood, okay, like white blood cells fight disease. Number 3, it includes the heart, the blood vessels, and blood, okay? Now, note that the lungs work very closely with the circulatory system, but they are part of the respiratory system, okay? Circulatory system is heart, blood vessels, and blood. All right, so the heart pumps blood to all parts of the body, and it has 4 chambers or 4 parts. 2 of those parts are atria, okay? And they're the upper 2 chambers in the heart. So chamber here and a chamber here. They're going to receive blood that is coming in, receives the blood that comes in. Then the other 2 parts are the ventricles, and they are the lower 2 sections of the heart, and they pump blood. The right ventricle, okay, it's on the left because I'm looking at it as if I am facing the heart, okay? So this is the right ventricle. It pumps blood to the lungs, while the left ventricle pumps blood to the entire body, right? Now, if we look at this, we dissect the heart here, and we look at the muscle of the heart, we can see that this left side is much thicker. There's more muscle to the heart than this right side. Okay, now thinking about where the left side pumps blood and where the right side, where I said it pumps blood, why do you think we have more muscle on the left side? All right, if you remember, I told you that the left side pumps blood to the entire body and the right side pumps blood just to the lungs. The lungs are pretty close nearby to the heart, okay? So we don't need as much muscle. We don't need to produce as much force to push the blood there. But since the left side needs to go to the entire body, okay, it needs more force, more muscle to do that. Okay. Now let's look at blood vessels. The vessels come off of the heart and throughout the body, as you can see in this image here. Arteries. There are 3 types of vessels. 1, arteries. They carry oxygenated blood away from the heart. Oxygenated blood means it has more oxygen. It's oxygen rich, right? And arteries go away from the heart because they are carrying blood with oxygen to your cells. Your cells need oxygen. Alrighty? Then veins are going to do the opposite. They are going to carry deoxygenated blood, which means it has more carbon dioxide, okay, less oxygen, and it's going to go from the body toward the heart, okay, because it just picked up this CO2 in the cells because your cells produce CO2 as a waste product. It picks that up from the cells and brings it to the heart to go to the lungs and get oxygen again. Okay, what happens at the lungs? You breathe out the CO2, carbon dioxide. Okay, and then the third type is the capillaries. They are tiny little blood vessels that connect arteries to veins. They are only 1 cell thick. That's super important because your capillaries, through that 1 cell wall, oxygen can move across that wall. Carbon dioxide can move across that wall. So oxygen moves into your body's cells and carbon dioxide moves out of the body cells. Right? Now, let's label the parts of the heart. Okay, so you have this image. Number 1 is the vena cava. You can see there are 2 number 1s. This is just this tube behind the heart. It's the same structure, so just label it once. Vena cava. 2, from the vena cava to the right atrium. Remember, this is the right side of the heart. This is the left side of the heart because it's as if I'm facing the heart. It's as if I took it out of my chest and I'm looking at it face to face. So the left and right sides are always opposite. Okay, right atrium. Number 3, this is a valve that pumps blood from the right atrium into this space here, the right ventricle. It's a valve, right atrium, and it's called the tricuspid valve. Then we have this space, number 4, is the right ventricle. Next, number 5 is the pulmonary semilunar valve. It's a long name, but it's a valve that pumps blood through here to the pulmonary artery. Okay, you can see all of these are in blue. Blue represents deoxygenated blood or carbon dioxide rich blood. Your blood is never blue. It is always red, but when we represent it on paper, we show deoxygenated blood in blue and oxygenated blood in red. Okay. Now, yeah, you might say, well, I look at my veins and they appear blue. Isn't the blood blue? No, it's just the appearance of your veins through the skin. It appears blue, but all blood is red. Okay. Oh, now we're showing in red. After this pulmonary artery, see these tubes are going to move the blood to the lungs, which are found on either side of the heart. Okay. And what happens at the lungs? That deoxygenated blood, that carbon dioxide rich blood, the CO2 is going to be released. You breathe it out. And you breathe in, and what gas is going to go into the lungs? Oxygen goes to the lungs, and it goes and is transferred to the blood. Then, number 8, from the lungs, oxygenated blood comes in the pulmonary veins. Now, I'll note here that you do not have to have this all memorized, but you need to understand it as a general concept that deoxygenated blood comes in, it goes to the lungs, picks up oxygen, pumps through the heart, and goes to the cells. You need to understand that, but no, you don't need to have every piece of this memorized. Okay. Number 9, this is now we're coming through the left side of the heart. This is the left atrium, goes to the bicuspid valve. A valve is going to move blood from one area to another. 11, this is the left ventricle. Then we have this valve here, the aortic semilunar valve. Okay, so maybe you're drawing lines and just writing out that aortic semilunar valve. I know it's a long word, but you got this. Then we go to This is going to pump behind here to number 13. This is the aorta. Okay. Aorta is going to pump blood to the entire body, right? To all of the cells of the body. And you can see it's written in red, so that means it has more oxygen. It's going to bring oxygen to your cells. Okay. So now I'd like you to also do the color coding on your picture, where blue is going to represent areas where the blood is deoxygenated, which is 1 through 6. And then I want you to color in red the oxygenated blood, where that goes through the heart. That's 8 through 13. Let's just look at this picture. This is the one you're coloring. You do not need to color the muscle of the heart here on the outside. Don't worry about that. This is muscle. Okay. So it's going to get a little, you're going to color here. But if you want to stop there and not do this muscle, you can. Or if you want to color the muscle, feel free. Doesn't matter. All right. But you can see like this one, the muscle is in pink. You could do that if you want. Right. And here's just showing you the blood flow through the heart. Okay. So you see those little circles. The blue is deoxygenated blood comes in, goes out to the lungs. Now it comes back from the lungs, goes out through the aorta to the cells. Okay. And that is the path that blood flows through the heart. Again, you'll color 1 through 6 blue, 8 through 13 red. And I just want to remind you of the big picture here. Okay? The lungs are not part of the circulatory system, but they work closely with it. Okay, you take in oxygen, you breathe in, that oxygen goes to the lungs, and then it goes to the blood vessels that bring it to the heart. Oxygenated blood is pumped through the heart. I'm at this part here. Pumped through the heart, it goes to the body. What happens? Your body cells are going to take the oxygen because they need it. They need it to do all of their processes. Okay. And then what do they make as a waste product? Cells make carbon dioxide as a waste product. That makes deoxygenated blood that is sent through the heart. Okay. Through the heart, pumped through the heart into the lungs. What happens at the lungs with deoxygenated blood? You breathe it out, and that waste exits the body. All right. Thanks for listening. You can finish up with your coloring, get this in your notebook, and take a picture and submit. Have a great day.